Yo, what's going on, everybody? Look, you already know what it is. This is Xavian D and this is the Lewis brand. Look, thank you for tuning into an episode of I Rant Too with Xavian D. Look, I want you to take a second right quick, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to click the bell for notifications on all brand new content. And don't just do it on YouTube. Go right over to my Instagram at The Real Xavian Lewis. Go right over to my Facebook, Xavian D. Lewis, and let me know what you want to see. Engage with some posts. Hey, I'm going to do some social media things with the podcast, so go right on over and let me know what you want to hear, what you want to see. Now look, let's hop right into today's episode. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining for the first episode of the relaunching of I Rant Too with Xavian D. Look, I'm so very excited that you all have joined in with me today to listen in, to tune in. Look, in case you don't know who I am Xavian D. I'm a 21-year-old black young man. If you didn't know that up there, I don't know what you're doing. But I'm a 21-year-old young black man living in Natchez, Mississippi, Southwest Mississippi, to be exact. And hey, I'm just trying to live life the best way I know how, and with the right wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So everything happened. I tried to do this before, didn't really work out the right way, but I'm so glad that I have the knowledge, the wisdom, and a little bit more experience. And because I have those things, I have just a little bit more to rant about now than I did before. So, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to make an avenue for individuals to just say, hey, I want to listen in on that young man. He has something to say. He has, he does it in a comical kind of way. I think I'm pretty funny myself, if I say so myself. I think I'm pretty funny. Y'all think I'm pretty funny? Okay, y'all see, hopefully. So I think I'm pretty funny myself, but I'm a very big advocate for education, finding out what is wisdom, what is knowledge, what is going on in the marketplaces, what is going on in life that is going to help me to help others be able to get ahead in life, right? So I'm very, very excited for what this podcast is going to be and the way it's going to fluctuate and flow. And you're gonna find me with this cup on every episode. I just have to give me something to drink because my mouth might get dry, right? So excuse me for a second. Give me one second. That's good to my soul. Don't play with me now. Don't ask me what's in there, but just don't play with me now. It's just some lemonade. Don't play with me. But the definition of I Rant Too, the one I have in my head, is just that I Rant Too is a young black man talking about different topics, current topics, old topics, educational topics, comical topics, personal experiences, inspirational topics. I'm just trying to provide an avenue because, sometimes when somebody comes to you and they want to rant, you might not know what they want to rant about. Sometimes they want to vent. Sometimes they want to dive into their coworker, their boss. Who knows what they're ranting about? And I want to provide an open space of individuals that's going to help you be able to rant, to give you some relief, and not only give you relief, but to provide you with a remedy. I was talking with Dr. Mark Ellis the other day, and he said that what we're too busy doing is we're trying to provide relief, and we're not kind of following up with it. So when you provide relief, you also need a remedy to go with it, because relief is just one thing, but when you have that remedy, I promise you life will be made better. So, like I said, I'm trying to build a tribe of individuals who really understand what it means to rant, right? I'm telling you, I want to call you guys ranters, if that's fine with you. Hopefully we can get some merch developed, right? But I think it's very, very pertinent that you all have a way to in a let's just say an avenue to be able to seriously open up, have that avenue to be able to open up about things in your life, open discussions. I want this to be something where you feel like you're just talking with a friend. I know I can't hear you, but you can hear me, and I'm gonna give you space to talk, because one of my mentors, Dr. John Igwe, has always taught me that it is better to listen than it is to speak sometimes. And I know that's kind of contradictory. I have a podcast, right? And my job is basically to talk. But I'm telling you, when it comes to listening is one of the greatest skills never taught. Okay, you went to school for reading. You went to school to write. Some of you went to school for public speaking, right? But what have you never been taught in a formal setting is how to listen, right? So just take a second. Think about it. And hey, that's just for you right here. I'll give it to you. I'll give that to you for free. Just take this moment right now. Think about, how can I listen better today? On this Monday morning at 9:30, 9:45, whenever you listen to this. Think about, how can I listen better today than I did yesterday? Just think about it. What could be changed in my life if I just simply learned to listen? So yeah, this podcast, I promise you guys, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. I'm very, very excited about diving into everything. Most episodes will be about 30 minutes. This intro episode, don't want it to be that long because I just want to introduce you guys to what's to come. So I'm very, very excited about what is to come and the things that are going to come from it, right? I'm going to throw some ads in there. Want to put you guys on some amazing products. Want to put you guys on some amazing brand deals, all these things that I want to introduce you all to. And that way we're able to grow together, right? Because what is wealth if I can't share with others, right? So I'm very, very excited to do all of this with you all and bring you in on what is to come. So, I mean, basically, that's all I have to say today. Now, let's be real, though. I can go ahead and release episode 2, but I will go ahead and release episode 2 on my Patreon. So let me talk to you about that right quick. It'll be in the outro. You'll hear me say it again. But like I said, I'm building a tribe to be able to share more with. Now, I can't share everything with everybody, right? The stuff that Jesus said to the multitudes wasn't the same thing he said to the disciples. And so, I'm just going to have to wage it, engage it. But I do want to build an exclusive society of individuals. Like I said, I want to call you ranters, an exclusive society of ranters that you can get the behind the scene content. You can get bonus episodes. You can get episodes up to a week early. I promise you, you will not regret it. So, hey, this is just the intro. But that episode 2, it'll go ahead and be available on next week. And I asked you guys a couple weeks ago, and I know you probably didn't even know I was asking you for this reason. I asked you guys what you wanted to see in a podcast, right? And a lot of you had a lot of different things to say. And what I was really getting from most of them was that you want to hear about new, innovative ways. I want to hear an educating voice. I want to hear somebody talk about topics that is going on in my daily life. And I want to be that beacon of hope. I want to be that voice for you and through all of this. So, hey, look, I don't have really much else to say. I mean, go follow me on Instagram, right? Go follow me, The Real Xavian Lewis. Threads just opened up, right? Let's talk about that right quick. Instagram always has some form of a way to kind of take what someone else is doing and attempting to capitalize on it. And we all saw what they did at first, right? So Facebook, Instagram, owned by the same people, right? So Facebook came out first, and everybody would go to now. That just stopped. It's all right though. We gonna the battery must be dead. It's all right. I'm gonna keep rolling over here. So Instagram did something way back in the gap. Facebook did something back in the day. And then, back in like 2009, 2008, you had the great parent migration into Facebook because they didn't understand how to use MySpace. Let's be real. And so when that happened, then you had Instagram come along not too long after that. And, Facebook made Instagram. Then here comes Snapchat. And I remember what Snapchat used to be like when it first came out. Now, it was 10 out of 10. Snapchat was completely different from what it is right now. I swear it was. If you remember what the OG Snapchat looks like, go ahead and drop a comment below and let me know that you remember that. But y'all remember what that used to look like? And then what happened? Out of nowhere, Instagram and Facebook got stories. And when Instagram and Facebook first came out with stories, I was like, what in the world is going on? It was giving... It wasn't good. It wasn't great because you still had that OG Snapchat. And I'll never forget the day that Snapchat decided to update itself to mimic Instagram and Facebook. And that was the day I was like, oh God, this is a big fail for Snapchat. Because it was like they had given over the reins of the story space, right? Because Instagram, you can only post pictures, videos, and I remember it used to be just mostly pictures. You could only post like one picture at a time, and videos weren't even that long. It was horrible. I don't see how we did it back then because, on Instagram, we have Reels, and let's be real, we already know where Reels came from. It was Vine at first. Vine was doing like little small clips, and then you had Musical.ly, but then Musical.ly rebranded itself as TikTok. And then you had longer videos on there, and now you have in TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, all competing with each other, But I said all that to say, Facebook, the meta, the metaverse, all that people, Meta itself, it's so great at, finding a way to capitalize on what other people do well. And because they already have a lot of users, I promise you it's going to blow up. So, hey, if you're watching this, this will be still in August. So let's just see what happens by then. Let's see what happens with Threads by the time August starts, right? Because what we've all come to realize is Facebook, Instagram, the Meta community, it does not take long. I swear it does not take long to pop off. So if you weren't there for the beginning of Twitter back in the Stone Ages, because we all know now Twitter has stood the test of times. Twitter has really stood the test of times, but I promise you, I think Threads is something up and coming. Let's just hope, because certain stuff we go to Twitter for specifically, right? Because Twitter, especially Black Twitter is going to pop off every time. So let's see if that same energy goes over to Threads, because, Twitter can be a little wild sometimes, especially with Elon Musk running it. But I promise you, let's just see what happens. And so that's all about capitalizing on what is currently happening. A lot of creators at first did not want to hop on TikTok because they said, I don't know how to work it. I'm fine with doing what I do on Instagram. I'm fine with doing what I do on Facebook and YouTube. But then they realized how much money is to be made from these other avenues. So, hey, you know what? Let me do that right quick. This is my inspirational rant for the day. Find what works for you. Don't be afraid to hop on to the next. Okay, I'm talking to you right now. Hey, cue the music. I'm gonna put some music every episode. I'm gonna put some music on this part right here. Cue the music. Hey, you right there. I'm looking at you. I'm talking to my soft voice. I'm looking at you. Don't be afraid to hop on something new. It's risky. I promise it is. But I promise you, sometimes the risk, not all the time, because I'm not gonna sell you that. It's not always gonna work. But I promise you, sometimes the risk pays off. I was, a lot of time in my life, I've played things a little close to the bone, but I went and did something really crazy the other day. I went and bought my first vehicle, and, I wish the car note was a little bit better. I wish the insurance was a little bit cheaper, but I went and made that risk and I jumped out on it, and I'm so happy that I did. So, sometimes in life, it might not be the popular thing to do. Everything around you may say don't do it. But as long as you have that small, still voice in God that says step out on faith, and I promise you, if you move in faith, I promise you God is going to back you up with it. Because this is one of my favorite sayings, God doesn't give prophecy without also giving provisions, okay? So if God has spoken that word over your life, then I promise you provisions will come with it, okay, guys? I promise you. Hey, cut the music. Okay, I'm back. I just had to get that moment of inspiration for everybody right there, because I promise you, when you learn to take the risk in life, it will pay off sometimes. Now, sometimes you're just going to be left there. And I promise you that, those moments will just be used for educational purposes and you'll have to learn how to dust yourself off and get back up. But I swear it pays off. It pays off in the long run when you'll know that when you take those risks and you have that great come up from it, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. So, hey, that's all I really got to say for this episode, guys. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Whenever you're listening to this, go ahead and share it with somebody. Let them know that, hey, I Rant Too with Xavian D is back. We back, baby. We coming to take over. We coming to build a community. We're coming to educate. We're coming to laugh a little bit with each other, right? We're coming together to make sure that we're all building each other up. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And it's all going to come in the form of ranting. So, hey, I'm done. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Peace out. Look, hopefully I haven't ranted too much. But look, if you enjoyed that episode, go ahead and comment, subscribe, do whatever you have to do to let me know that you enjoyed this episode, and go ahead and run to those comments and give me your personal rantings, because look, I accept all of it. But look, if you're looking to be a part of an exclusive community of what I like to call ranters, you can go right over to the link below for the Patreon. $5 a month. Yes, just $5 a month for behind the scenes content. You can click anything, everything you want. Bonus episodes, it will be located in the Patreon. So click the link below. $5 a month to join the Patreon. Look, I promise you, you won't regret it. You won't regret it at all. But look, always remember, they rant, you rant, but I rant too. See y'all next week, folks.